Hi, my name is Mary Spender and you are watching Tuesday Talks. And in this week's episode, I'm going to tell you the story of my Vigier Guitars. Tuesday Talks. Many of you have been asking the question, why Vigier, for quite a while now, so I thought I would dedicate a video just to this subject, because it has a story and also you might learn some stuff that you didn't know already about why I play these instruments. Vigier is a French guitar company based just outside of Paris in Grigny. I hope I've pronounced that right. And they were founded by Patrice Vigier, and it's still a family-run company and it's a very tight-knit group, but they just make absolutely stunning instruments. Now, the first thing that people often say when they see that I play Vigier is that they sort of wonder why I chose the guitars when they are known for being the instruments of very virtuosic players. And I'm not a virtuoso, I'm nowhere near, but one day. They look at my instruments and I think when you see me play Vigier, it kind of makes sense because I love electric guitars. These guitars can travel all over the world, they're extremely well built. Yes, they are expensive, but they're the tools of my trade and they make my life incredibly easy. A lot of people have particular ways they want to look on stage, and you would normally think that a blues player would play maybe a Fender Strat and then using a Fender amp. And I think I've confused quite a lot of you because you wonder why I chose Vigier and you wonder why I chose Orange. And it's not because they're giving me free stuff. I've paid for everything, just a little disclaimer there. The simple reason is because I want to look different. Maybe letting you ask the question, what is that guitar? Why is she playing that? That's not normal. But in this industry, you can play whatever you like. If you like the tone of it, if you like the feel of it, don't just choose a guitar because that's the guitar for your genre. I really think you should try absolutely everything and find exactly what you want to play and what will make your life easier. I really believe that. I also don't think a folky singer-songwriter should just play acoustic guitars like I used to. I used to play acoustic. It was really easy for touring, but I got stereotyped into that genre, and maybe I want to head in a more rocky direction. Maybe I want to not just be a clean player and be pigeonholed into that. Maybe that's why I chose Orange amps. So more about Vigier. Patrice is an extremely talented luthier. He started by fixing up guitars and then he ended up building his own. And I'm so glad he did because I absolutely love my instruments. I heard a saying the other day that everyone thinks their dog is perfect, and everyone's right. I feel exactly the same way about guitars. Everyone thinks their guitar is the best guitar in the world, and everyone is right. Because whatever fits you as a player, like everyone is different. We all look different, we can all play different guitars, it's not a problem. But for me, Vigier have created these tools that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but are very easy to play. Vigier are famous for doing a few things to their guitars that are not quite traditional, and that's what I like about them. They mix modern techniques with the traditional elements of building these beautiful instruments and handcrafting them. But in the back of this Indus guitar, what you can see is a strip, and usually this would be where the truss rod is, but this is actually carbon fibre, and I think they call it the 1090 system. I hope I've got that right. And it just makes it incredibly stable. You know how hard carbon fibre is, it's not going to move the neck at all, and actually it just requires absolutely no setup. One thing that I think is a really nice touch is that Patrice Vigier, the founder of Vigier Guitars, still inspects every single one. And with this one, you may have seen in another video that I have made, it has the Little Thunder pickup. And Patrice was very kind to put this in one of his guitars because he chooses the pickups. Everything is meticulously chosen for these guitars. So I was very honoured that he made this adjustment for this tool of mine. Vigier are also known for fretless guitars, and I've played a fretless. I like to think one day I will own a fretless, but whether I'll actually be able to do that instrument justice is a completely different matter, because it's extremely different to playing a fretted instrument. These guitars also have the 0 fret, which I know some people don't really like using because it wears out very quickly because it's always in contact with the string, but Vigier have been very cunning and they have divided up the fret so you can easily replace any little segment. People often ask how I found out about Vigier. Ben Watsley, the UK manager of Vigier Guitars now, sold me my first guitar when he used to work in a guitar shop in Salisbury, and I've explained the whole situation in a different video, which you can obviously check out. But Ben showed me Vigier Guitars for quite a few years, and I will admit I was intimidated by Vigier Guitars initially. When Ben was showing me his collection, I didn't necessarily see the point of me at that time spending that amount of money on a guitar, because I wasn't extremely confident with my playing. I didn't even know if I wanted to play electric guitars, so it was all a journey for me. And Ben was very accommodating, and eventually, thanks to Vigier for letting me go to NAMM in 2015. I flew out there on my own coin and just spent some time with the company, and I saw my GV Rock. This is my GV Rock, and I know it sounds cheesy, but when I saw this up on the wall, I knew this was the guitar for me. I felt like it was different enough, it stood out enough, and when I sat down and played it, it just played perfectly, and it really fit my style. So again, I get a lot of people asking me why I use humbuckers. This guitar has a 5-way switch, so I often make it sound quite stratty because it has that ability, it has that flexibility, and it can sound like so many different things, and the amber pickups are just stunning, and why shouldn't I use humbuckers? One particular reason I like this guitar, and many of you have noticed that maybe it is slightly short scale, it's 24.8, so it just really fits nicely. The neck to me is just the perfect shape for my hand, and I just think it's honestly one of the most beautiful instruments that I've still set my eyes upon. It has lock-in tuners, which is incredibly easy for changing strings. And again, it has the 0 fret with the ability to change each individual piece if there is any wear and tear. It has a bolt-on neck, and it still has the matte paint from the body up the neck, which I just thought was a really great touch rather than leaving it bare. And it's so nice to play. It's got lovely binding around the side, and it's quite a small body. Obviously, it looks slightly like a Les Paul, but with a few amendments. When it comes to guitars, I really think whatever makes you pick up the instrument is the reason why you should buy the guitar. If it makes you pick up and play it, then it's worth it. So if it costs £100, that is the best guitar for you. If it costs £1,000, yes, maybe it's going to take a little bit more time to pay it off, but it might be worth it because you will just keep playing. Now, a disclaimer, there will be other guitars that make my heart sing. I am not married to the GV Rock, I'm not married to my Indus, I'm just in love with them right now. And maybe one day Patrice Vigier will say, "Mary Spender, you should have your signature Vigier," and I'll be like, "Yes, Patrice, I should, but to be honest, your guitar is so perfect I wouldn't actually change anything right now, so there is no point me having a signature." But maybe that will change. I don't know, I'm being so stupid. If there's anything I have missed out in this video, then please comment below and I will answer your questions about my Vigier guitars. But otherwise, I think I've spoken long enough.